speaking of weird legal stuff, European Parliament wants universal phone charger for all brands. They're mad in the EU.
Doesn't that make you mad, that tangled rat's nest of cables?
No, I love it. That's I want my whole life to look like that.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. You know what it just means to me is I'm the only one that I know the path. You know, someone else comes upon it. It's like a passcode. What goes where? Only I know. Come talk to me. No, I'm kidding. That thing looks terrible. I'm scared. I have anxiety looking at it. Although I will say in the past, I got too crazy with the cable management too. You can go too crazy in that way, and then it's not even functional. Everything's zipped up, and how do I even get to anything?
You got to undo one thing. It's scissors.
And it's perfection? There's no such thing?
Yeah. Yeah, people get crazy with the designs on their walls. Like
You know what's
the
perfect,
PS4,
Kirk?
What's perfect? What's perfect?
Nothing.
Okay, yeah. Agreed. But this could use a little bit of work.
Imperfection is perfection. No, Jack. It's not. You little snowflake. All of a sudden, Jack has a lot to say now that he doesn't have the microphone.
Jack said a snowflake is perfect, by the way.
Yeah. And the reason Kirk reiterated is because you're used to being in that seat
I
and
know.
being unheard.
I know, the voiceless.
Jack said a snowflake is perfect. Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Everything's perfect and nothing is perfect. This is what I'm trying to say. Including a snowflake and you, Jack. You got that? Anyway, European Parliament thinks that the charger situation is not perfect mostly because of Apple. They're mad at Apple because Apple has hung on to this non-industry standard connector. They claim 51,000 tons per year of electronic waste, an enormous amount of electronic waste, is to do with different types of chargers. So you're chucking the chargers out, you're buying more chargers than you really have to. How many chargers you got in your life?
Oh, I have a drawer of just chargers. USB-C, USB-A, Lightning, multiples.
Chargers.
I mean, it would be nice if we could just get one.
Yes.
Little one.
One charger.
USB-C.
One charger to rule them all.
Yes, and in the darkness, get lost.
Well, that's what they're working on. Apparently, they're trying to mandate through Parliament that manufacturers abide by this universal charger policy. The thing is, it's mostly already gone that way, right? So long as you're outside the Apple ecosystem, it's pretty much USB-C now. Mm-hmm. You're not buying any new USB-A chargers. If you have them lying around, they're still there, but you've pretty much moved towards Type-C. So it does feel like they're targeting Apple specifically, but I will say, and I'm not normally defending Apple in this scenario, but I will say there is an argument for the Lightning connector, which is the enormous universe of third-party accessories that utilize that particular port. I mean, it's honestly, you start to look down that path, you're amazed at how many things use that port and would require adapters, and people would have to then replace those items to step up. Now, could they have originally done something a little more universal and friendly? Absolutely. But at this point in time, and certainly in the early days, there was an accessory motivation and accessory support motivation to hang on to that connector. You may have had a speaker unit, and like I said, various devices that utilize it, so you'd have to replace it. So that could have been a nightmare for you. But in 2020, it's time to say goodbye. It's over. The conversation is over. It's wrapped up. We're living in the USB-C era for now. But the problem is that this is too little too late, because guess what? Apple already gave us indication that they're pretty much done with it. The laptops are Type-C. The iPads are Type-C. So by the time, you know how long it takes at Parliament, Kirk? You ever been to Parliament?
Yeah, once. I was there for 2 weeks.
See?
So slow.
That's right.
Even the lineup out.
That's right. Just to see the place takes 2 weeks. You want to get in the office and get anything done? I'll see you 2 years later.
So, but what are they complaining about? Because if you get an iPhone, a new iPhone 11 Pro or iPhone 11,
yeah,
isn't the brick USB-C to Lightning?
Currently, yes.
Yeah. So
you have to go buy a secondary Type-C cable, C to C. So, what's your point?
What are they? Why are they so mad at Apple? Apple's like pretty much all USB-C now.
No, but you have Lightning on the other end. So that's one cable that's only useful for that one device.
Right.
If it were C to C, it would be the same cable that charges your laptop. Like, it's kind of crazy. You have a MacBook Pro with a fat charger capable of charging, more than capable of charging your phone, but you have to use an adapter cable. So now this C to C cable, I need another one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If the iPhone natively took the Type C, presumably I could live with one less cable.
Right. Yeah.
And maybe even, I don't know what they're going to do. Could you tax Apple for constantly shipping you another charger? I don't know. I don't know how you would do it. But definitely I will say that more cables exist in my life because I've got to hang on to these various formats than would otherwise be the case.
Oh, yeah.
I'd probably be willing to live with fewer cables and feel more secure in doing so. But what do they expect? Yeah, I don't know. Does Apple then sell you an iPhone with no cable, just assuming that you have one? Maybe.
If they're getting taxed for it, yeah.
I mean, it is kind of weird, isn't it? Like, how many people are buying their very first iPhone in 2020? You have a Lightning cable.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a Lightning cable in every house.
The cable is there.
Somewhere.
I'm not saying I don't want another cable, because I can see people saying, well, my cable's bent out of shape. I want a fresh cable. Don't give Apple an opportunity to not give me a cable. But anyway, it's true. I believe them to a certain extent. 51,000 tons per year of charger waste. That's not very good. And Apple's done other things too, Kirk. Like, they give you the 5-watt charger, but then sell you the 25-watt or fast charge, or it used to be 15-watt iPad brick. It's a bit there are games going on here.
Yeah, dirty games, immoral.
I'll just say, if everything can be on Type C, our planet is greatly improved. So let's all go Type C. But this is too little, too late. Apple's going to do it anyways. So they didn't need the EU. But maybe, I don't know, maybe this pressure helps out in some fashion.